This is the Boomer and Blaze Show. I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze, and we're back, baby.
Whoa, I thought he was going to blow up for a second. We are back and better than ever. Dude, look, that new intro, we have a new logo. We have a new intro song. That intro song is fire. I'm saying that.
Respect. You found that music, and that music is so good. It works so well. I love it. I'm glad you found it. Now you can praise me for making the video.
The video, which is amazing, the new logo, which by the way is why I have my baby here, because this belt's famous now. If you've seen our new logo, it's part of the it's heavy.
I had to do some stuff because I don't know how to tell you this, Boomer, but you have no defining features on your face.
My bald head's not enough. That's not enough.
Well, not when I'm trying to do a silhouette, so you have a little bit of a uniqueness to it. You're like, it was literally just black. I had to give you some creepy white eyes, which I actually really like your creepy white eyes.
I do like the creepy white eyes. Yes.
And then I gave you the belt on you because, let's face it, you always have those fake belts everywhere.
I can't grow the chops. There's no.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, that's mine. You can't.
I couldn't grow.
No twinsies. No twinsies.
It's not gonna happen.
But yeah. So you don't have any hair. You don't have any beard, goatee. Like, you have no defining features for me to accentuate on that logo. That's why you got the belt. That's why you got the belt.
Right? Because
you're the champ. You're the champ. But you know what? What I did, it works. I love it.
Everything came together.
I like that logo.
Like always, yeah. Like, and we didn't even really talk much about it. It was like, hey, do you like that? I mean, you showed me a few examples of your logo, but everything just worked out together, the song and everything. Oh, and by the way, I believe, baby. I believe in Joe Hendry as well.
Oh, love that man.
Man, it feels good to be back in the seat. Boomer's been dying to get out. He's been bottled up way too long. I even come back trying to be all professional. I got the mic sound shit, the webcam.
I know. You're way. I love seeing this microphone hanging down. It makes you look all professional. I think before you were just using your phone.
I was literally doing the show with my tablet and Bluetooth headset. That's how I was doing the show.
Yeah.
Before
now we're all official and stuff. My microphone's here too, but I'm using a green screen.
So he's using the green screen. I don't have a green screen, but I don't need it because I have this going on in my apartment.
Yeah, well, I don't have a good place to behind me where I need to record. There's nothing but a living room that you can't see anything.
That's one unfortunate thing for those who used to listen to the show. I always had my nerd cabinet behind me, but it's not unfortunate, but it is. I have an actual home computer now, so you can't see the nerd cabinet. It's right here.
Yeah,
you can't see that now, but there's plenty of items back here. By the way, you won't be able to see it from this distance, but that's a picture of Seamus right there.
Seamus
with the title, and it is autographed.
Oh,
now, I didn't get the autograph myself, but it did come with a certificate of authenticity. But the reason I bring that up is because we always talk about how when these guys come in, I hate on them and they end up becoming, a big deal. With Sheamus, I loved Sheamus right away. And when Sheamus beat Cena for his first title, I knew right then, I'm like, this guy is going to be a star. So I actually bought that. That's his first title win. That picture after he beat Cena.
That's cool.
So the point of that being, I just saw, especially, you got to remember Sheamus beat Cena when it was Cena's time. That was the Cena era still when I see the title.
So personally, I feel I see that WrestleMania poster with Hogan ripping off his shirt.
Yep,
what you need, you need the one that I made for the Rage and Blaze show, because that one's
right. The cover art
better. That one's better. It's cover art, and quite frankly, it's not Hogan. Hey, I haven't had a year to bitch about Hogan.
It's true.
We're back.
You have it.
I got a bitch
about all you want, and at least you're bitching at Hogan for other reasons besides political ones that we won't get into because we don't discuss politics on this show.
In fairness, I hated Hogan way before I knew his political stance.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
It has nothing to do with that. It's because he buries people and he's a bit of a racist.
But so anyway, yeah.
We're all a little bit racist, though, aren't we all?
Yeah. And of course, there's absolutely no way. We've been gone. I don't even know how long now. I tried to, step out and get a job to better my life, and the money was great. The job sucked ass. So
mistakes were made. You should have done that.
Money's not always the best. Yeah, we thought I'd get to a point where I was going to be able to record. That's what I kept telling you, like, oh, I'm going to be my own boss, and I'll be. It didn't end up. It ended up being all I did was work and sleep.
All lies. All lies.
So money's not everything. Money's not everything. I went back to the job and back to the podcast.
You don't need a job if it takes away from this.
Exactly.
This is what matters.
That's right.
Hopefully this will be the job. Someday we have big dreams.
We're working on that. You can't tell. Come on, we already look way more professional. That intro was fire. Come on, that video.
I know, right?
That shit looks legit. Do you not see this?
It does.
Hello.
It does.
I know.
I don't know. You might want to be more of how you're like presenting that mic. Oh, do you see this? It looks great.
We were doing like all these test runs before the show, and I was doing this just to be a smart ass, and I was talking about how I hate wrestlers that do this shit. And as much as we love Triple H, if you watch him back in the day, that shit was always right here. It's time to play the game. Like, you don't need to swallow your mic. It's cool. We can hear you.
Well, if we ever need to make fun of Triple H, we're just gonna have to do it like that.
Yeah, we're just gonna cut a promo like this. No, I'm good. So yeah, we cannot catch up on everything we've missed. So much has happened since we've been gone. And there's no way we can do all that. So for those of you who didn't watch before, if you're new, welcome to this shit show. You're gonna love it. But explain just a little bit. We're gonna keep what we always did. We're picking up right where we left off. We're not jumping off our timeline. We're not changing. We changed our logo. We changed our music. We changed a few things, but it's still gonna be the same show. We always start off talking about whatever the fuck we feel like, current stuff.
Absolutely.
Movies, sports.
Because it's our show, damn it. We can do what we want.
We always start with that kind of current stuff. Then we do a little current wrestling, and then we do a feature that we have every week. And yes, it's not gone. Some of you, if you know, you know. If not, you'll hear about it in a minute. But one feature of our show we always had is still here. And
at least 2 people listening are excited about this.
Yeah. And by the way, as our number one Sean, let's shout out to Sean, because I know Sean, our number one fan, he's out there listening. So we go through all that bullshit, and then we watch our pay-per-view. And
it's a long list of one person.
3 people.
3 if you count us.
By golly, we're gonna get them all back. It's gonna be fun.
Back? We never had them. What the hell? We do this for fun. What are you talking about?
We do it for fun, but if we start making money, we're not gonna complain about that.
No. I mean,
I've been doing some research. I'm gonna try to get us famous. We're gonna do it.
Hey, we've talked about this. We've talked about this many times.
The truth is that we're going out there, folks, is we don't care if 1 person listens or 1 million people. 1 million would be great, but even if 2 people, I don't care if I do want someone to listen. But the point is, we love to do this. We love to do. Of course, we would
love to make money off of this. And as you know, is hush money right for you?
Is it, folks? Is hush money right for you?
It's right for us. We're perfectly okay with it.
Oh, I'm gonna jump around a little bit. I didn't make it. Go ahead and put that back up for a minute.
Put that back. Okay, we'll put that back.
We're gonna kind of go a little off format for 1 second. But speaking of hush money, we know who hush money is right for. It's right for Mr. Laurinaitis, because we read this a couple weeks ago. Johnny Boy's snitching. Johnny Boy is turning over. He don't want to go down. He don't want to go down with the Titanic. So,
and we respect that because we would lie about a murder for some hush money.
Not only that, real quick, let's
official stance of the Boomer and Blaze show.
Let's clear this up right here on our show for the people that listen. I got so mad on social media because people just don't understand. So the case that was dropped, the case that Vince settled, was not the Janelle Grant situation. It was the hush money case. So many people got confused and thought that he won the Janelle. That was not the Janelle Grant case. The case that got dropped, that got settled out of court, was this one, the hush money case. Totally different, okay? The Janelle stuff did not go away, and that's the one where Laurinaitis is ready to roll over, ready to tell what happened. So people got really confused about that. Hush money was a totally different thing. The truth about hush money was those were all women that willingly had relationships with Vince and then took payoff money. The problem was Vince used WWE money. 2 separate total cases. So that's not over. That's far from
over. Those rich people really like to give that hush money.
Hush and give some over here.
I know, right?
I don't know what we're hushing about, but I'll hush. I don't know.
We just need to have some quiet sex with Vince McMahon, and then we'll get some hush money.
Oh, cut that! Cut that! Cut. I don't know what just happened.
We are shameless.
Yeah, okay, we are. That's
Watch it on Showtime. I think that show's actually over, but
that show is over now.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that was off track, but all right.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Whatever we want, because this is our show, and I told you to get ready for the show, folks. I didn't know what to tell you. We're not there yet, but we get to come back on a WrestleMania, and it's WrestleMania 15, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. All I want to say is I remember this WrestleMania for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, that sounds like a great show to come back to, actually.
There's a very infamous moment that we are going to have so much. I can't even imagine where this conversation is going to go. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm not even excited about wrestling matches. I'm excited about some shit that happened. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. This Mania should be most famous for it's the first time Rock and Austin met at WrestleMania in the main event. So this is the first of the trilogy, but that's not why.
Wow. Okay.
That's not why I remember this WrestleMania. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's do what we do and jump right in. And the first thing we're going to talk about is something local, because I'm sure so for all our foreign fans across the seas, this doesn't apply to you. But there's a festival coming up. I kind of want to go to this. I think this is
Tommy
cool.
Boy Fest in Sandusky.
They're doing a Tommy Boy Fest in Sandusky in honor of Chris Farley and the show, this movie, which was based there and filmed August through the 9th.
I was wondering why they did it there, but so it filmed there.
Yeah.
Huh. I need to rewatch it because I've been to Sandusky a
Maybe
lot.
Not, all of it obviously didn't film there, but that his dad's parts plant or whatever that was in Ohio. Yeah.
Huh.
The main scene of the
I'll have to rewatch it.
You need to rewatch it. It was hilarious.
I haven't watched it. It's been. He might have been still alive the last time I watched this movie. To be honest with you, I haven't revisited Tommy Boy or Black Sheep in a long time.
Wow. Yeah, I saw them actually not that long ago, just because I happened to see they were on wherever one of my services or something. And those are the kind of movies that I love them both myself, and I know you do too because you're a Saturday Night Live fan. Some people say they're stupid because they're too over the top, but
I remember loving them as a kid, but like I said, I haven't watched them since they aired or when they came out. I don't think.
I feel like if you rewatched them, I feel like you would still love them because
I feel like I would. I do love David Spade a lot. Chris Farley I like as well, but I love David Spade.
And they were so good together. They were so good. Yeah. And even those two movies, they're in both those movies together, but they're totally different characters, totally different stories. And even though it's the same guys, they still pull off being totally different characters in those two different movies. They're so funny together. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to revisit.
And I all I can picture in my head is how many guys are going to be looking like Chris Farley at this festival. You know what I mean? There's going to be Tommy Boy.
I probably could pull that off.
Buddy, I'm just saying. Road trip. We talked about that before. Boomer and Blaze on the road.
Oh yeah, on the road. That would be cool. I wonder if this Tommy Boy Fest they're going to play Tommy Boy. That'd be a hell of a way to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in years. That would be a great way to do it.
I did not read all the details, but I would imagine there has to be somewhere at that festival they're showing that movie.
Absolutely.
Play it all the time, all weekend long, is what you would think. But yeah, I don't know all the details yet, but I just think it's cool as hell, and I would definitely go. It's not that far, right? It's a little farther for me than it used to be. You're closer than I am now, but
I used to work there
in Sandusky.
Yeah, I used to work at Cedar Point.
That's right. You did the little Cedar Point. Do you have any? He's got a whole other podcast for you. Tales from the Dark Side.
No
employees.
No, it's not that interesting, to be honest with you.
Oh, you didn't get any good dirt? Like, it's not like cultish, like people want to believe. Like, there wasn't some secret room you all had to get. It's not dark like Disney. Is that way?
So there's some people that might be in a cult that would be would have an issue with some of it, but the part that they might have an issue with is the part that I actually loved, and that is Cedar Point hires a lot of foreign exchange students.
Yeah.
To help them learn English. So there's a lot of foreign students there, and I thought that was so cool. I loved meeting new people from different countries that I probably will never ever visit, but and talking to them about their culture. I remember when I even got my hands on, so they gave the international students a America instruction manual.
Yeah.
And I actually read some of it, and they explained certain things, like they explained how tipping works in America, because in a lot of their countries tipping is either non-existent, or and they also explained doggy bags, because it was in the explanation, it was like, you are probably used to, if you go to a restaurant, you get very small amounts. He's like, but it's like in America, you get large amounts of food at restaurants, and you have an option of a doggy bag that you can take home if you can't eat it all.
Right.
So it was kind of cool to learn this kind of stuff with the international students.
Which I always thought was weird. Why the fuck is it called a doggy bag? Like I'm not a
So the doggy bag thing is because, back in the day before people ate so much, I guess, if there was leftovers that they couldn't finish, a lot of times you get a bag that they would bring their scraps to their dog, and they were called doggy bags. It's just, I mean, people probably still use it for their dogs today, but nowadays it's more about leftovers bringing home. But yeah, that's where the doggy. I don't even have to look that up. I can tell you that from just working in restaurants.
Well, I've worked in restaurants all my life too, but nobody really uses the term doggy bag anymore. But I just
a to-go box is what they say now.
I think of like the way I'm like a shit bag. That's what I think of.
Well, that's not what that's for.
Stop doing this stuff. What's going on today? That's going to turn into the wrong podcast.
Right. So let's go to the next. Let's go next.
All right, we're gonna stay on movies. Oh, I hope you have this queued up. We did all this preparation. Do you have this queued up to go to?
Let's talk about the other one, and then I'll cue it up while you're talking. So sound good?
So we'll go to Superman. That's where we're going then, right?
Let's go with Superman.
Okay. Yeah. While you look for the other one to cue it up. This is going to be like, I think it's been a long time that I can remember that I'm super like, this is going to be the summer of movies.
I'm super excited. Oh my gosh.
They're just banger after banger after banger scheduled to come out. I mean, we don't know if they're good yet, but the point is the schedule is packed with a ton of great movies. And of course, the first one on the slate is Superman from James Gunn. I've loved every single trailer I've seen. There's a lot of haters already, but
oh yeah, a lot of people who really loved Zack Snyder's, which is weird, because the reason why Zack Snyder's did not survive is because it didn't do well at all. But now supposedly everyone loves Zack Snyder's.
It's because everybody loves Henry Cavill. But the truth is, now I
like him too. Don't get me wrong.
Cavill did great. Snyder's vision was a great work of art, but
it wasn't
Superman. To be honest, it wasn't Superman. Even the one with
too dark.
Even the one with Brandon Roth was more Superman than Zack Snyder's were. They were too dark. Yes, exactly. They were too dark. That Superman was never that. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if you've seen the story about the tights in this movie, but it was actually I can't remember this actor's name. It's new. I can't remember the guy playing.
David Cornsweet.
He was the one that actually talked James Gunn into the tights, because he said in the comic, the reason Superman dressed like that is because he didn't want kids to be scared of him. What people forget is Superman's a fucking alien, people, but he didn't want humans to be scared of him. That's why he wore the trunk, the cape. He's not wearing that because he has to. Superman could do what he does in his fucking jeans and his wife beater if he wanted to.
Absolutely.
The point, other than hiding his identity, was Superman wanted to look like a hero and a good guy for the kids. So it was actually the actor who talked James Gunn into the trunks and keeping the trunks.
I love the trunks.
And by the way,
the trunks.
That's the one thing I didn't like in Snyder's, besides it being too dark. I wasn't a huge fan of the outfit. That wasn't Superman.
No, it looked like an armor, and Superman doesn't need no damn armor.
It almost reminded me of, not as bad, obviously, but it just reminded me of when Ryan Reynolds got fucked over in the Green Lantern with that horrible CGI.
It's
You
just
know,
it
just wasn't
baffles me.
Superman. It wasn't Superman. And everybody hated it when, like you said, they hated it when it was out. And now someone's trying to do it again. And it's James Gunn, by the way, who has a great track record so far with these things. Hello. I mean,
I know.
like, and I'm excited about it. We're getting fucking Crypto. Who would put Crypto in a Superman movie?
I never thought I'd get Crypto in a movie.
Never.
This Lex Luthor looks devious, and I love it. He looks great.
And there's so many little teasers in that trailer of who we don't know exactly who they are yet. Like in the one trailer, you see that figure. He's fighting with like the long hair and the red eyes. And some people think it could be Lobo, and some people think it's Ultraman in a different and he also, by the way, Gunn said there will be little snippets of different universes and shit in here. Like I'm stoked for it. I don't know what all the hate.
I'm excited. I love that we're getting Guy Gardner on screen. I used to read Guy Gardner comics. I loved Guy Gardner. He's such a douchebag, and they make him look like a douchebag. And I love the actor as well.
Exactly. I'm excited.
Nathan Fillion. I love him.
Another one, a little Easter egg I saw in the trailer was the green baby, the little green baby, which I believe is going to be Metamorpho's child. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. I mean, that green baby can't be random. There's a scene where Superman's holding a tiny green baby in the trailer. So
it looks good. I know there's also rumors that there is going to be Ultraman, and underneath the Ultraman costume is going to be Henry Cavill, and they're going to bring him back as Ultraman in this world.
I mean, even I'm guessing that the one person you see in the trailer that's dressed in all black with a mask and has it looks like there's a U on his bodysuit. That a lot of people think that's Ultraman. Who knows? But I'm excited for it, and I still, by the way, have not been back to the theater since the pandemic. But I feel like this is something that needs to be seen in the theater. Superman. This is something you want to see on the big screen.
I want to see this and Fantastic Four in the theater, and quite frankly, the new Jurassic World.
All three are coming out, bam, 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 back to back.
Have you seen that they've been trying to like do like a Barbenheimer situation
with these,
like dress as Super Fantastic or something?
Something like that, dude. I'm on the same page with you for Fantastic Four. I love they're going retro with it. I think they're finally going to. But
I'm just
wrong. I didn't hate the original ones with Michael Chiklis and those guys. The second one, the Silver Surfer one, they fucked up, and then I didn't even try to watch that last one because I heard it was horrible.
I've seen all of them. I'm looking forward to a possibly good Fantastic Four. I've never been a big Fantastic Four fan. As a kid, like they weren't one of my favorite heroes. I didn't read any of their comics, but I still would like to. I mean, we got a good freaking Iron Man.
I wasn't
Ant-Man.
I wasn't a Fantastic Four fan, but I'm such a fan of the superhero movies. Like when the first one came out, I was like, yeah. Wasn't like I love the Fantastic Four, but I'm like,
yeah.
I want to see that. Hell yeah, bring it on,
But my point is somehow Marvel gave us Guardians of the Galaxy, which I've never even heard of. I'm a huge comic book nerd. Never heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and now they're one of their most populars.
Yeah, and I knew of Guardians of the Galaxy, but even with everyone in the cast in my head, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. But no one cared.
Amazing.
Who did Guardians?
Who did Guardians?
Who made that?
Was it James Gunn?
It's the same guy doing this. Like, come on.
And everybody's concerned about so many characters. James Gunn knows how to work a bunch of characters. That's his bread and butter.
My only little legit complaint I had so far since they announced this movie and blah, blah, blah is I'm still not, and it's such a minor thing. I don't know about that S. I don't know about the logo. It's still kind of.
It don't bother me.
It's not that big of a thing to bother me.
Because they've really hammered home recently.
Different though. That's the.
Well, it's actually based on comic books. I believe that S is actually in there.
Yeah.
But
you just have to get used to it. It's just a thing so weird of seeing like it's just totally different. I'm not hating it. I just want to that is. That's all.
I want to say it's based on I think Kingdom Come Superman. So it's got comic book lore. And here's the thing. They have really been kind of pushing that it's not an S, it's the Krypton symbol for hope.
Which, by the way, is true.
That
is true. It was never supposed to be. It looks like an S.
I'm pretty sure it's been retconned because when it first came out, it was an S, but they've retconned it a long time ago. That is the Krypton symbol of hope, which technically makes sense. I'm like, who calls themselves Superman?
This logo actually makes more sense. It doesn't look specifically like a S. So.
But it looks close enough that it still works.
Yeah. So I'm excited about. James Gunn actually said the other day that it's amazing in 3D, and they are releasing it in 3D.
I think I gotta watch it in 3D. All right, well,
that's expensive, but it might be worth it.
All right, well, we want to try to keep this within an hour, so
we need to quit talking then.
Yeah, let's go to the next.
Yeah, let's move on. Trailer real quick because we've discussed this movie before. Did you pull that up? Are we ready for that?
I did.
We don't even got to put that. Yeah, we can just play it. We are going to watch a trailer for the new Naked Gun.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted Spaceballs.
There is no trailer for Spaceballs.
There's a teaser, but let me get you Naked Gun. Sorry. I thought you said Spaceballs.
No, I did say Naked Gun. Because we talked about Naked Gun before on the show.
Well, let's watch this.
Let's watch this trailer.
Thanks.
I love that.
Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head saying over and over, that is awesome.
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police Squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
I still love that. I still love it. It's so good.
Frank are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom. I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business.
And he just continues the food.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
That's such a good joke.
This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
Must
have been quite the joke.
What's that quite the
We're
joke?
going to shut down Police Squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect. Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
Austin Powers joke.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with Police Squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth.
Oh.
This place is falling apart.
Oh, so good.
Dude.
Oh, I am.
Oh, yeah. The Naked
So
Gun
excited.
joke, like it reminds you of a Naked Gun. Like
It does. And Liam Neeson was such a perfect
I know, and I
person to do
I would
it.
have never thought of him either. Like I would have never thought.
It's perfect though because he's doing exactly what Leslie Nielsen did,
Yeah.
where he's playing it straight. He's being as serious as possible. It's like he's not in a comedy, which is what I loved about those movies. Is he doesn't realize everything else around him is ridiculous. And it's great. It's absolutely great.
I'm saying all these.
We've got some great movies coming. We do.
The big
I
announcement
hope
that you almost showed the teaser for, but we're both very excited for is the Schwartz. The Schwartz is returning. The Schwartz is coming out not till 2027, but we are finally getting a sequel to Spaceballs, and everyone's coming back that's still alive.
which is insane because, I mean, let's face it, Mel Brooks ain't getting younger. He's 97.
Crazy though that he's still there to return, but John Candy is not.
John Candy's been gone
Long
since the
ago, yeah.
first movie,
And
I
Wilbur
think, came out.
is not. Yeah, like but yeah, he'll be back. Rick
But-
Moranis coming out of retirement. That's huge.
That is huge. I mean, we haven't seen Rick Moranis in forever.
That tells me, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's a money thing. To me, that tells me that Rick must really respect Mel and must have loved the role playing in
I think
Spaceballs.
he does.
You know, that the man's been gone forever. Like he even turned down some Ghostbusters stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so I'm excited for that as well. It's gonna be the year of movies, man.
Maybe it was Mel's dying wish. He's like, "Hey, Rick, I'm 97. I'm dying probably tomorrow. Can you come back for Spaceballs?"
I kind of feel like since the pandemic, this might be the biggest like movie release time we've had since the pandemic era. Like,
Yeah.
There's a lot of fire coming, man. Better duck.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty
It's coming.
excited. I'm excited.
All right. We're going to move on to, and I don't know, we didn't discuss off air if you even know this, but Prime Video is bringing back American Gladiators. And the host is The Miz.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was Baby Miz saying awesome. So yeah,
Baby
American Gladiators coming to Prime, and The Miz is the host. So by the way, this kind of ties into something we're talking about later, but there were some people trying to share a rumor that Miz left WWE. Miz did not leave. They didn't let him go. Miz is just going to be gone to film American Gladiators, and he will be back.
Fair.
And they announced all the gladiators, and I would say I don't know them all, but the majority of them are former wrestlers, or at least quite a few of them. It looks like there's a couple of ex-boxers in there too. But I'd say the most famous one that was made a gladiator would be Wardlow. Former AEW star Wardlow is going to be an American.
Really?
Gladiator. Yeah, that's Wardlow right in the middle, actually, with his mouth open there in the middle of the poster. That's Wardlow. Beside Wardlow, the guy with the mustache, that's Rick Boogs, if you remember him. He was sip of coffee. Yeah. The guy on the other side of Wardlow used to be in TNA. I can't remember his name off the top, but you see in the back there's a guy with boxing gloves on, so I'm assuming he might be a mixed martial arts guy. But so they're all athletes, just like, you know, because in the original one, all those people weren't necessarily athletes. Some of them were just bodybuilders. A couple of them just happened to look really good, and they made them, you know, gladiators. So we'll see what happens. This is the second time they brought it back. I don't know if you remember the first time they brought it back. Hulk Hogan and Muhammad Ali's daughter were the hosts.
Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like somewhere in the early 2000s they tried bringing it back. And it was
I remember it sorta, and I remember loving it as a kid, but I don't think I watched that version. I might watch this.
Yeah, I might give it a shot. I've actually watched. I forget what one of the streaming services has American Gladiator on it, and I watched the documentary about it. Ooh, some people really got fucked up on that show, especially at first. When they really didn't know what they were doing. Like, some people got seriously hurt on that, gladiators and contestants. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
There's some people in TKO that are upset because Miz is on there with people from other promotions. I'm like, who cares? What is it?
Maybe that's why they had to do reports that the Miz.
Well, the thing to me is,
WWE.
To my knowledge, like, I don't think any of these people are under contract with those companies anymore. I could be wrong, but who cares? It's still something.
I'm not sure either.
I'll give it a shot. So, all right. Well, since we're trying to keep things short on the comeback here, we'll move on to wrestling. And the first thing we're talking about, I'm sure thrills you because your all-time favorite wrestler returned last night on Raw to confront Gunther. And yeah, Goldberg's back. Goldberg's back. Yes,
No.
back again. By the way,
Who's next? I wish it wasn't anybody that is associated with Goldberg.
Just real quick, we didn't get to talk about this either. Of course, we haven't been podcasting, but of course, we all saw Gunther defeat Jay on Raw for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, because I know too much, I already knew this was the reason they did it, and I don't understand why. Look, I get it. We wanted Jay to have, you guys wanted Jay to have a longer run. Jay losing the title on Raw didn't hurt Jay. It's just going to make him more over. It's not going to hurt him at all. I was hoping you would break that out. I had that thought in my head too. I was hoping you'd break that out. So the real reason they did it is because Triple H decided he wanted Goldberg. Goldberg versus Gunther's been planned since the beginning of the year for this main event because it's in Atlanta, Georgia. And Triple H decided he wanted it to be for the title. So that's why they did this. Plus, when you switch a title like that on Raw, to make people think anything can happen. And the honest truth is, the numbers have not been that good for Raw on Netflix. They have not been expected. So,
I didn't hate Jay losing just because, like, I don't know. I haven't got into Jay like everybody else is. I think Yeet is probably the stupidest catchphrase I've ever heard.
It works, don't it?
It works.
When he
it works. The fans love it, but
fuck out of shit. And the person that I can't believe, did you see Rikishi crying about this? Like, Rikishi just needs to shut up. Your son's not 12 years old. Do you not know how wrestling works? He said anyone writing for Jay should be fired because they didn't give him a chance.
I mean, they let him beat Gunther, which in my eyes, Gunther is the biggest star wrestler. Like, I don't know about star, but you know what I mean? Like, he is
it was a huge win that most people thought wouldn't happen. And not only that, who cares?
Gunther,
give me a WWE. I don't care if I win the world title for a fucking week. I can still say I was world champion, can't I?
And honestly, did you ever think Jay Uso was going to get to put on his resume that I am the world champion of wrestling?
I like
WWE.
Jay's not a world. I like Jay.
I could see him being the TNA champ.
Of course, Rikishi was like, they didn't give him a very long intercontinental title run. He's like, this dude, he got one though, didn't he? He beat Gunther.
He beat someone that he had no business beating. I'm sorry. I like Jay.
Tap out.
I like Jay, but Gunther is the mountain to climb, and he climbed it and beat him at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, everything afterwards is icing on the freaking cake because
he could have lost the title the next night, and it still wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
Because of that moment. We all know this is a business for Rikishi.
Yeah, exactly.
Work. It's a work, dude. You know that. And
he got it for a couple months.
And he tried to say this shit in this interview about how they treat his family. How they treat your family. Roman had the longest title reign fucking ever.
Your family's also The Rock. I don't want to hear
you're one fucking kid. You're not saying nothing about Jimmy, who isn't doing shit on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Doesn't treat your family right. Come on. We'll get to The Rock in a minute too. But anyway, so here we go.
The last WWE game literally had an entire bloodline mode.
Yeah.
An entire every match is focused on bloodline. And not only that, but they decided to change who wins.
Yeah.
So all bloodline members win in the bloodline mode. Like they change history for that mode.
By the way, like I'm not trying to hate Rikishi, but you bring it on yourself. You're only in the Hall of Fame because you wore a G-string and fucking danced with Too Cool. Because that's what you're known for. What else did you do?
Not a damn thing.
You fell off a Hell in a Cell after Mick did into a truck that had a bed of fucking straw in it.
Yeah, not a damn thing. Sorry.
His son's already accomplished more than you. Because he's also one half of the greatest tag teams ever, which, by the way, the rumor is they're planning on they're going to run it back with the Usos. And there's nothing wrong with that. Put them back together. Next time they split, Jay can still have a singles run. Like
maybe give Jimmy a singles run. I mean,
I'm saying they're not even doing anything with Jimmy. Jimmy's on SmackDown, but he hasn't really been pushed. So anyway, that's Rikishi's problem. We're gonna move on from that, and we are gonna talk about King of the Ring real quick, which by the way is in Saudi because it's that Night of the Champions. And I think, to be honest, because I know you don't like these pay-per-views, and a lot of people don't because blood money, whatever. I'm not going to get at all that. But the truth is, if this wasn't in Saudi, I don't think this is the Final Four we would have. When's the last time you saw Randy Orton in a fucking King of the Ring? And what blows my mind is, I'm not complaining. Like, this is great. Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Jey Uso, and Cody are the Final Four. I haven't heard anybody say anything about there being a stipulation where the winner gets the title shot, but I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. Because why else would all these guys be, trying to fight? Even Randy said, if I have to win King of the Ring to get to you, John, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm guessing they're going to tie that in. But to be honest, I think if this wasn't in Saudi Arabia, Orton and Rhodes probably wouldn't be in the Final Four. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Clearly, you had to add Uso.
I did have to add Uso. I couldn't find a graphic with Uso already in there, so I had to add.
Yeah, because he just won it last night.
Yeah. So I did that myself. It's fine.
I was just noticing the difference in the shots.
And interesting thing is, take a look at that. We have all faces. Do I smell a heel turn coming?
Interesting. That is interesting. I didn't think about it, but you're right.
I smell a heel turn coming from somebody. I'm not saying I know anything, but it's all babies. It's all babies.
Hmm.
So
It's an interesting choice.
yeah, glad to see Sammy in that picture as well. Oh, by the way, here you go, Rikishi. Like really, they took him right out of that and put him right in here. And look who he beat to get there: Rusev, Sheamus, and Bronson Reed. Like,
and you have Rhodes, who is probably one of the hotter wrestlers. You have Orton, who is a legend. And you got Zayn, who is a huge fan favorite. Like this is good company right here that Uso is now.
Yeah, and I also know for a fact that it's also a fat payday because they all get paid more than you normally would if they go to Saudi Arabia. So shut up and be happy your son's doing anything. All right. Let's move on to the Doctor of Thugonomics, and this is just a general talk of Cena's heel turn because we haven't, been broadcasting or podcasting since it happened.
Yeah, this is just kind of a thing we had to talk about.
We had to talk about Cena's heel turn. I only have one problem with it, and as much as I love the man, I don't know what the fuck, Rock. Like, why did you even get involved to begin with?
Yeah, it's kind of weird he hasn't been part of it.
Well, and there's so many things I'm reading that. Here's what I love about the situation. I'm going to explain it all real quick, but what I love about this situation with this whole thing is I don't know if this is a work or a shoot. And in this day and age, to be able to make people wonder, so there's a rumor that there's a little tension between Triple H and The Rock. There's also rumors that The Rock wants to be the man. And they're saying this goes all the way back to you remember the SmackDown when Triple H came out and said someone forgot their role or some shit to that effect when he was talking about The Rock? Like someone forgot what their role is or something. Well, they're saying it goes way back to this. The Rock came out and said the only reason he was in an elimination chamber was because they couldn't sell tickets and he had to show up to save the day, and he never had any plans on being involved anymore after that. My only problem with that is you based Cena's whole heel turn on that moment, and then you disappeared. That's my only issue. Like,
I guess I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
Yeah, you based Cena's whole turn on it, and then you just walked away, and no one even brings it up. Punk's the only one that ever talks about The Rock on a promo. But there's some rumors that there's a little backstage heat between The Rock and Triple H. I mean, another example is you had The Rock come out and announce WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans, and then like a week or two later, you took it away. Oh, sorry, that's not where we're going.
The Rock and Triple H's feud still lives to this day.
Yeah, to this day. Now, as far as Cena's heel run, I haven't had a problem with it. Some people complain.
I love this whiny Cena. I like it.
I love the whiny Cena. I don't mind that he cheats to win because that's what heels do.
That's what heels do. Yeah.
We did actually talk about this, and it's something so small, but my only complaint that makes it feel not quite right is him coming out in different fucking colored gear all the time. That's the only thing. And I get it, you got to sell merch, but that shit would sell whether Cena wore it or not. I feel like Cena should just be like, have a simple design, kind of like his type, and just be wearing all black. He could just have, imagine how those would sell. It'd be like an NWO shirt on much. Just black shirt that says John Cena. Like take all the, and you can still sell it.
True.
Because sometimes it's hard for me when he comes out in the, like on SmackDown. The outfit distracted me so much, it was kind of hard for me to even take him seriously. Like he doesn't need to be wearing the Fruity Pebbles stuff. That's my only complaint about the heel run. I didn't even mind. I didn't even mind they didn't change his music because I liked his explanation for it. Like you don't deserve new merchandise. You don't deserve new music. That's my voice. I didn't even mind that, but the gear, like,
fair enough. I agree. But, I think that's just part of him saying, like, I know you want it, so I'm not giving it to you. That's how I justify that decision.
Yeah.
He knows you want it.
And I'm not giving it to you. Yeah.
You don't get it. Yeah. You don't get it. You don't deserve it. You fans do not deserve this cool heel Cena.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I guess to go along with that, it makes sense as why he still wears it, right? Like, I fucking hate you, but I know you're going to buy my merch anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's been a pretty good run, and now I'm really interested with this R-Truth stuff. Speaking of something that wasn't a work, R-Truth. R-Truth was let go for legit, and they weren't expecting the backlash they got from that. The last time I can remember, it was actually Teddy Long who talked about this, and he said, "When's the last time you remember someone being let go, and they're chanting their name the next night on Raw. And the only time I remember that happening is Punk. The only other time I remember that happening is they were chanting, "We want CM Punk right away." Truth was the same thing, right away. We want truth. We want truth. We want truth. But it was actually Nick Khan got Truth to come back. And
I think you understood them. They were saying we want the truth, not wanting our truth. They just wanted the truth because they felt some lying was going on.
Did you get to see the SmackDown where John Cena said you can't handle the truth through them? Yeah.
You can't handle the R-Truth.
They were chanting that. John Cena's like, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. He is going to go by Ron Killings. Apparently, this is going to be his last run. And he attacked John Cena not once but twice on SmackDown. Like, this is serious. And anyone who watched TNA got to see him do a run as Ron Killings, because we knew when he went to TNA, he couldn't be R-Truth anyway. He was Ron Killings in TNA. And actually, by the way, the first ever black NWA heavyweight champion. Yeah. Ron Simmons was the first ever black world champion. But
that's insane because we all know what NWA stands for.
Yeah.
We're not saying it on this podcast. I don't want to cancel. I was canceled already, but
on a whole nother way. This guy, oh no.
I'm just saying.
Not cool.
I used to listen to NWA.
So I would think they're not going to do it. I think they're going to let Cena keep the title most of this run, but I would pull the trigger and let R-Truth win the title somehow. You could even put it back on Cena, but I would do it white hot.
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can get rid of it and put it back on Cena.
Right.
Especially with his whole "I'm going to be the last champion" thing.
Right. He's trying to do the walkout thing like Punk did years ago, and some people think that at some point a lot of people feel like he'll turn back to baby before the run's over with because they don't see Cena walking away as a heel.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
I would rather him, to be honest, I'd like him not to lose the title and fucking actually leave with it. And then see where they go.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Where they go from there, It'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Either way, Truth's back in the picture. They are going to face each other on SmackDown next week. Obviously, it's not a title match. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Of course, Cena's next opponent is CM Punk. Of course, I would love to see Punk win, but I don't see it happening. What could be interesting, though, is when Gunther and Goldberg meet because somebody is Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we did that part. I think we did it for the first time in a long time.
We did it.
For one other thing. And if you're familiar with our show, you'll know what this thing is. And before we share it, I just want to let you know we did not change anything about this. The graphic is still the same, old logo, and that's fine because it is time for our Chic Tweet of the Week.
Chic Tweet.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, baby.
I think you should use that voice modulator when you do the Chic Tweet of the Week.
It's time for the Chic Tweet of the Week.
Chic Tweet. I love it. I like it.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Oh, I got another one. I didn't even know it.
Oh shit. That's the
I got a whole new button.
That's the button you use when you want to take someone's kid.
Have
your child.
I thought it only had one voice. I was wrong.
I'm gonna have to play with that later.
That's freaking awesome.
I didn't realize I had 75 different voices on that thing.
Do you know how much fun I would have with that thing?
Oh, I am gonna have a lot of fun now. I had no idea.
Oh, that is awesome.
I didn't know it had all these different options.
Oh, anyway, sorry. Chic Tweet.
It is time for the Chic Tweet. It's gonna be a different voice every week. And this week's Chic Tweet, it didn't take me long to find one either, which I love, by the way, because as we all know, unfortunately, we lost Chic like 2 years ago, but his family has kept his page alive. And this week's Chic Tweet is, if the shoe fits, go fuck yourself.
Classic Chic Tweet. The shoe fits, go fuck yourself.
Right. We love the Chic, and in honor of the Chic, and I discussed with the co-host, we decided not to change this graphic at all.
No, it's a good graphic.
Like actually, when he first passed, we weren't even sure if we keep doing this, but thanks to the fact that he was on Twitter a long time and his family is actually still keeping it alive, we're always gonna have a Chic Tweet. So there you go, the Chic Tweet of the Week.